All right, guys, here we go. We're in Unit 3, Part 2, Day 15 notes. The title is Solve by Completing the Square, Part 2. So we've already done a day on this Part 1. It was a little bit simpler. We kind of explored the simpler types of problems, and now we're going to start with one of those just to refresh your memory, and then we'll do a couple harder ones. So when we're completing the square, the first thing we want to move is this number that's by itself, the 10. So I'm going to subtract it, undo it to the other side. And when I rewrite this is kind of weird, but I leave blank spaces when I rewrite that. So I'm going to go ahead and put my blank spaces. Then what I do next is I take half of the middle term. Half of -2 is -1, and I square it. -1 squared is actually +1, and I fill that in to both of the blank spaces. That's why I put the blanks there, so I remember to fill them in. Then I go ahead and I write this down, and here I'm going to do that jump. I'm going to skip this. I'm going to do x minus 1 squared. And I go ahead and remember these match. That blue part that I highlighted matches every time. That's how I kind of jumped to that conclusion. Then it equals -10 plus 1, which is -9. So now I'm going to take this problem, what I have now, and I'm going to solve this however I want. And it seems that I can solve this by solving by square roots. We have completing the square, we have graphing, we have factoring, all these other things, but I'm going to go ahead and solve by square roots. So x squared is already alone, so I'm going to square root both sides. That's going to leave me with x minus 1 by itself, and it's going to equal, don't forget your plus or minus, square root of -9. Square root of -9, two things here. It's a negative, so you're going to want to put the I symbol. That's going to be important. And the square root of 9 is a perfect square. So when I write this, I'm going to need the plus or minus. I'm going to need the I because it's negative. And then it's a perfect square, and that's why I put a little star there. It's a perfect square. The square root of 9 is 3, so I just put a 3. Okay, the only other thing I have to do to this problem is that 1, I need to undo it, add it to the other side. So I'm going to have x equals 1, then the plus or minus 3i. And that is my final answer. It's a little, cut it off a little bit, but that right there is my final answer. Okay, so now here's some kind of newer ones, the harder, the part 2. Solve the equation by completing the square. Okay, so do you see how that number 12, that -12 is already on the other side? This is good. Okay, let's get rid of this. But the thing I want you to notice is in front of the x squared, I'm highlighting it yellow, we have a 3. We have a number in front of there. We've never had a number in front of there before, and actually that number is a problem. So I'm going to write this with my blank spaces, but I'm also going to do this extra step, and that's why today is different. So that 3 in the front, I'm going to take that out. So it's kind of like a GCF. I'm going to take it out. That means I just have x squared. And 3, I take it out of -6. That leaves me with -2x. I took it out, and then I put that blank space like before, and it equals -12, and I put that blank space. Okay, so I took that 3 out. You have to do that. The number in front of x squared has to technically be a 1. So if there's something in front of it, you want to pull it out. And then we kind of complete the process like normal. There's one little thing that's different, but I'm going to go ahead and take half of -2, that's -1. -1 squared is +1. Okay, so now here's the catch, and I'm going to put this in purple. Technically, you have a 3 on the outside. So technically, if you were to distribute, it would be 3 times 1. So technically, over on the other side, you technically have a 3. And that's the part that's a little different. Then when I go to rewrite this, I'm going to use my shortcut. The 3's in the front. Then I'm going to have x minus 1 squared. And again, I didn't just make that up. Remember, that -1, that -1 are going to match, that blue part. And it's going to equal -12 plus 3, which is -9. And then I have this equation, which I can go ahead and just solve however I want. We have tons of different methods, like I said before. The method I think that's going to be the easiest is square roots. So I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by 3. I have x minus 1 squared is equal to -3. And I'm going to take the square root of both sides. So that'll leave me with x minus 1 equals plus or minus. square root of -3. Remember, the reason I put the plus or minus is because I inserted in a square root. I put it in the problem, so I need the plus or minus. I'm going to move this up here. So, two things to think about. I have a negative underneath the root, so that means that my answer is going to have an I in it, an imaginary in it. And then I want to go ahead and see if I can reduce or break down with the factor tree the square root of 3. Okay, you can kind of just jot this on the side or whatever if you want, but the square root of 3 would be 3 times 1, and that doesn't get you anywhere. So let's rewrite what we can. I have x minus 1 equals plus or minus. The negative means that I have an I, but I could not reduce square root of 3, so I just had to keep it. Again, like the other problem, the only other thing I could do here is add the 1 to the other side, so I have x equals 1 plus or minus I root 3, and that's my final answer. Okay, our last one. Okay, I have, again, this problem. I have a 2, a number in the front. We don't want that. Okay, we're going to, in this process, get rid of it. So the first thing I do, just like normal, is I'm going to go ahead and subtract the 3 to the other side, and I'm going to pay attention to this. So I have 2x squared minus 12x, and it now equals -3. Okay, again, I mentioned this just 2 seconds ago. You have the 2 in the front. You want to get rid of that. So let's take the 2 out. That's going to leave you with x squared minus 6x. Leave your little blank space, and it equals -3, and put the blank space over there as well. So I did my normal first thing. I moved the 3 to the other side, and then the new thing is I got rid of the 2, or I kind of like pulled it in the front. Then you do the next normal step, which is half of the middle term. Half of -6 is -3, square it. -3 squared is a positive 9. And then this is where you have to be careful. If you were to distribute this 2 back in, 2 times 9 is actually 18. So technically on the other side, you're trying to make it balanced, you have an 18. Okay, here I'm going to go. I'm going to jump kind of using the shortcut. The 2's in the front. Then I have x minus 3 quantity squared. And again, I didn't just make that up. The -3 matches. Those blue pieces will match every time. And it's going to equal -3 plus 15. Plus 18. That'll give me 15. So that's what I have so far. And then I'm going to break this down, and I'm going to try to solve it however I can. So I'm going to go ahead and do solving by square roots. So I'm going to divide both sides by 2. So I have x minus 3 squared is equal to 15 over 2. And that does not break down nicely. So I'm just going to leave it as a fraction. We'll see how it works out. It might not be great. Then from here, I'm going to square root both sides, so I can get rid of that exponent. So I'm going to have x minus 3 equals, oops, I almost forgot, my plus or minus, then square root of 15 over 2. And I know that looks weird, but that's kind of really how we have to write the fractions in the root. Okay, like I said, 15 over 2, you could try to see, and I'm just going to do like it off to the side, you could try to see if 15, you can separate it, if that would break down. What multiplies to 15? 5 times 3, that doesn't break down. What multiplies to 2? 2 times 1, that doesn't break down. So you're actually stuck with this fraction right here. The only other thing you could do is add 3 to the other side. It's kind of a mess, but it'll leave you with x equals 3. Then plus or minus, and then just because this couldn't simplify, you have to leave it 15 over 2. It's underneath that root, but that's how you have to leave it. This problem does not have an I in it because there was not a negative underneath the root, so you don't have to put the I because there wasn't a negative underneath.